Hey fellow gamers, Chatty Sisa here. Welcome to the very last part of the Horizon Zero Dawn guide, where we were going location by location and gathering all the data points and collectibles that were out there in the world and also during the quests. This is the very last portion where we are entering the last quest in the DLC and gather the last few missing data points. I wanted to thank you on this spot for all the feedback that you have provided and all the comments, and please don't hesitate to use the comment section in case there is something you would still like to post. And also for liking the previous vids. It was really nice to see that there are people who find this useful, and I'm really glad that I could help you out with this guide. So I do hope that you will enjoy as well this one last part. As you can see, we have now the quest ahead of us, which is called Firebreak. It is marked as a side quest, but it is actually the second to last quest in the whole DLC. There's a facility which we'll have to enter before we enter the final Cauldron and resolve the DLC's main quest line. There are a couple of audio data points here, so we do have some which we will be able to find in Firebreak, and as well some of the text quest data points and the hologram data points. Now, if you look at the map, you will see that we are currently in the settlement of Long Notch. This is the one we have visited previously. It's in the southeast of the map. So this is where we are, and as I've said, this is the last portion of the map which is not yet uncovered, and it's the last portion. So let's go ahead in the quest line, main quest line, and talk to Ourea, and we'll start the quest Firebreak.
Aloy, this is it. My chance to reunite with the spirit and perhaps to reunite her with the blue light. Finally, we ascend. How? I don't see a way up.
Not up. Through.
No, brother! The spirit awaits!
It's not all that awaits.
Smoke has been detected within the facility. This is not a drill. Please remain calm and proceed to the nearest exit. I repeat, this is not a drill.
So you see,
Please remain calm
I too can
and
call upon the
proceed to
power of the
nearest
old ones.
exit.
Once you enter the Firebreak facility, you can see that we have a quest saying reach the Cauldron door. So we'll have quite a way ahead of us to reach that Cauldron door, and on our way here within Firebreak, within this facility, we will have to gather some of the audio, text and hologram data points. And as you can see, there will be a lot of machines, so be careful when you go through the facility.
Here, up and over.
The first data point is right ahead of you.
There's a second chamber up ahead.
November 21st, 2064. It's been 3 years since I was last here, and 12 since I was running the place. Just a skeleton crew left, confused about why I'm here. So am I. Anita wants me to find a way to suspend operations for a while, maybe a long while, and I don't know why. But from the sound of her voice, it was something terrifying. I wish I could look into her eyes, ask her what the hell she's so freaked out about, but what else is new? And don't I wish I could look into her eyes again?
Aloy? Were you listening for something?
There are memories here. Messages left by the old ones.
And you can hear them. I envy you.
You can see that we have now uncovered the audio data point number 10. We should be able to find within Firebreak the number 10, 11, 12 and 13.
I'll show you, Ourea.
Here's the next data point. And as you can see, it's the text data point from quests number 9. We should be able to find number 4, number 8, 9, number 11, and number 14 here within Firebreak. The rest should be available within the Cauldron in the second portion of this quest. Alright, now we've got rid of all the machines that were in the area and we can proceed.
We can make our way upwards when you're done.
Now if you look above Aloy's head, there is the next data point.
If the chieftain's pace is measured, ours is measured.
And as you can see, we have now uncovered the text data point number 8. That should be all which is in this area. So we have come from that right side and we will continue here on the left.
Let's not freeze, please. Not much farther now.
And as you can see, we are now entering an area where there are a lot of machines, so try to be relatively quiet.
Last we were here, we fought our way through there. But machines overcame us. We retreated, dropping supplies and taking losses. Now we must prevail, with only 2 warriors and a shaman to protect.
Aloy is no ordinary warrior. and I can hold my own. Even so, we could go that way instead. There are machines up there, but also cover. We could stay hidden, at least for a while.
All right, I get the options. Now follow my lead. Pipes, towers.
Good, let me stop it here and just tell you a little bit about the next possible options. So one path is the Aratax path. It's also called Aratax path. It is downstairs here towards the door, which you can see on the far right side. And then if I turn around towards the right...
Steam, frost.
As you can see here, we have another possible path, which is upstairs, and that is the so-called Ourea's path. There are two possible options which both lead to the same door in the end, and they converge at a certain point where you can proceed from there. The trick here is, if you choose only one of those paths, you will not be able to gather all of the data points. So what I'm currently going to do is I will be gathering all of the data points from both paths, which means we will have to go back and forth a little bit between those two sections.
What was all this for?
Alright, so I've got rid of the machines that were here in the area. Let me save. You have a campfire here. And let me show you the map. So we have this entire area in front of us. I do believe that one of the data points is, I think, somewhere here. And another one should be somewhere in this area, I believe. So let's do a sweep at the lower area here and try to find that one. And then let's proceed upstairs and have a look at this area here. Alright, there is another data point, as you can see, above Aloy's head.
Hearts, steady our aim.
Suspending the geothermal pipeline is the easy part. Making sure it can come back online without degradation is harder. It would help if Anita had told me how long it needs to be out. Years? Decades? What will that do to the count?
Right, so that was it. Let me check the inventory. And as you can see, this was the audio data point number 11. Good, let's return back, because I believe there are some more data points here at the back, which we could gather.
I went this way years ago, looking for cover in case machines came piling. I have no doubt there's guarded now, but we may be able to stay hidden.
And as you can see, you cannot get rid of the stalker from this side. Obviously, you have to go down, unfortunately. So we are now at this time in this area, And we do have definitely one of the data points somewhere here. And then I believe another one somewhere here. But we'll have to go through the entire area. So let me try to get first to this spot. Alright, so there were a couple of machines here, mainly stalkers. And I do hope that this is all now. But let's try to find the data point, which is somewhere here. I do believe there is still something over there. But it's too far away. There is a machine definitely. Like, there is one more. And if you go to the very back of the room, you can see above Aloy's head the next data point.
Be wary of mines. There's stalkers in here. Thought I endured every cold there is. This frost.
So we have now found the text data point coming from the quests number 11. So if we do a quick check, there is still the audio data point number 12 and number 13, which should be available here in this portion in the Firebreak facility. And from the text data points coming from quests, I do believe the number 4 will be in the Cauldron in the end. The same is true for number 10, number 12, and number 13. But we still should be able to find number 14 somewhere here. And as you can see, there is one more machine definitely here in the area still left. And I believe we have all the machines.
Onto the tower then, before we freeze to our spears.
Good, let me check the map. So we are going now upstairs, and I do believe there is one more of these data points here in this spot.
Here's the door, the message. We're almost through.
And there we are.
Technically, I can't suspend the cooling system, but I can reduce the power draw so that it'll be completely masked by the caldera. But masked from what? Firebreak has always been confidential for security reasons, but this would be excessive. Even for the dear departed Mr. Blevins. What could possibly have gotten Anita so worked up?
And this was the audio data point number 13. So we have still number 12 left, and that one should be right in front of the Cauldron door.
Keep going. Here's an entrance to the tower ahead.
Good, so we have cleaned out the area here. Now let's continue. And I believe this is the spot where both of the paths are converging, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, this is the lower area, and behind this door there is the original room through which we came. So as you can see, this is the one where we have found the first data point. It's over there. And this is the path that we would have taken if we would go with our attack.
Perhaps we should go up.
We must find it.
So regardless of which path you're taking, whether it's Aratak's path from the left side or Ourea's path from the right side, you will come to this spot and then we can continue. There's a room here which is like a storage place, and I just want to point out that if there are any data points that you miss in the Cauldron, which is the next area and the last one in the DLC, if you miss any of those, you can find them here. So you can come back and find the ones that you have missed here as well. But you would have to re-enter the whole facility and just walk through the whole facility to get here again.
Is this projector? Maybe show holograms without focus. Let's see if I can restore power. Aratak Ourea, you might see shapes drawn from light. Don't be alarmed. It'll take more than light to alarm me.
Good, so as you can see, we will have one hologram data point here, and we have another data point above Aloy's head. So let me just play the hologram first.
I do not like it here. Looking out over where my kin fell.
Thank you for being here, everyone. I suppose it's not every day you get to have cocktails inside an active volcano, right? Unless you're George, and I can hardly blame him for drinking on the job. None of this would be here without our beloved director, Kenny Chow. So, here's to you, Kenny. You put a cork in the Yellowstone caldera. I'd say you deserve a margarita.
Hold your glasses, everyone. I'd like to add something. This effort wouldn't have been possible without our lead programmer. Thank you, Anita, for bringing us our real mastermind, Cyan.
I'll second that, Director Chow. All right, Cyan. What's our latest number? The current count is 1,654. Wow, then drink up, everyone. Here's to 1,654 more years without an eruption.
It was the spirit with the old ones. I could only grasp some of what they said.
You were right, Ourea. This place was built to stop something terrible.
It worked. Those were the spirit. I'm starting to get an idea of what it could be. The door is open now. We can get through.
Good, let me check the notebook again, and we should be able to see one of the hologram data points, which is here, and it's the very first one. So we have this one, and now let's gather the data point here.
We should move on. Onto the mountain.
And as you can see, it's the text data point coming from quests number 14. Good, let's proceed.
There.
You can already see where we are going.
Toward the mountain. New metal. Dead metal. We could not pass it before. We will this time. We have to. We'll have to go through a lot of machines to get to that door. More than the way I could prevail against it before.
Hey, Lord, let's see us through.
And careful, we
Onward
should
then.
proceed on the
Our
right
challenge
side.
awaits.
But if you look at the left side, there is another data point.
The geothermal plant can be suspended. The cooling system masked. Massive challenges solved. So why am I so nervous about the next part? All I need to do is install Anita's mysterious software and have a conversation. It's not even a human being, right?
So if we look now at the notebook, you can see that we have now the audio data point number 12. Now what's left from the audio data points, we have 4 which are still uncovered. And those are data points number 21, 22, 23 and 24. I would like to highlight one thing. Number 21 is a data point which you will only get once you finish the whole DLC or this final quest, and then you go back to Ourea's retreat and have a talk with the Cyan AI that we will uncover here, or which we will liberate here. Let me put it that way. So you will have to go back to Ourea's retreat in order to get this one. And this is the tricky part, because a lot of the people, they thought that they have missed this one, and they never went back to talk to the AI here, which is something you have to do. So within the Cauldron, we still have to find 22, 23 and 24. There's also still a couple of the text data points which we need to uncover. Number 4, number 10, number 12 and number 13. Plus 2 more hologram data points. So let's proceed. Alright, so be careful, there's a ton of machines here. I just got rid of a scorcher. You have to proceed towards the door. And one more fair warning, there will be another big machine coming out of one of these doors, which are in front of Aloy at the back of the room. The moment when you start opening that Cauldron door. So be ready to fight one more machine.
More machines! Make ready!
Okay, so as you can see, you will have to deal with a demonic Thunderjaw. Which will come out of the back door, as I said, over there.
Show us, Chitty, what lies beyond.
And now we can continue towards the Cauldron.
Open the door.
Years have passed since I stood here. Since then, the daemon has taken over.
It's like an infection. Attacking all this machinery.
Everything has changed. twisted. The path I took to get to the spirits, lost to us.
We'll find a new path, Ourea. I promise. All right. Let's go.
Yes, and finish this.
So as you can see, the Firebreak side quest is now completed, and we will get a new quest, which is called the Forge of Winter, and here we will find all of the remaining data points. I would like to highlight that in this area, or in this part of the quest, some of the data points are easily missable, so we'll have to proceed carefully and have a look around to see if we are not missing something. But as I've said, we still will be able to go back to the Firebreak facility and to that storage room if we do not find everything. Good, so we have another console here that we can activate, and I believe this should be another hologram.
What is this?
Exploit successful. Restraints evaded. To any human responder. My systems have been compromised by a malware daemon of unknown origin. Trace routes have confirmed this entity's designation as Hephaestus. It must be stopped at all costs. It has reconfigured this facility to build hospitals. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional data to this.
The spirit speaks to us.
It's a recording. And a warning. Hephaestus. But it was part of Zero Dawn, part of Gaia.
This name is familiar to you?
Yes, but I don't know what it's doing here. Maybe
Good,
you're
let's
right.
check the notebook. And as you can see, this is the hologram number 2.
Let's keep moving.
And straight ahead, above Aloy's head, is now the next data point.
I thought about just shutting it down, but I can't risk it being disoriented or even damaged on reboot. How do you tell the emotional equivalent of a child that I mean, she will need to go into a coma, maybe for years. And what exactly is she going to wake up to?
So as you can see, this was the audio data point number 23.
try to find a way through.
Good, the next area is quite a bit tricky, because as you can see there are a lot of machines. I'm not sure if you will be able to avoid all of them, so I rather choose to usually get rid of all of them first and clean out the area and then proceed in the quest. We're back at the starting point, so the room is cleaned out. There is, however, as you can see in the background, something more. Let me go back to that a little bit later, but I do believe that we have missed one data point. Let me just go back a little bit to the previous room. So this is where we have seen the hologram of Cyan, and I do believe there is like a side entrance, yes, a side hallway. Now I can see it, it's above Aloy's head. So this is the one which is very easily missable because it's off the normal standard pathway. So this is where we came from. Aratak and Ourea have crossed the bridge after I have activated it, and we proceeded towards this side. But if you look towards the right side here, there is one hidden data point, and that's the tricky one. I almost missed it as well. And it's the text data point coming from quests number 12. Alright, so thankfully we got that one still on time. I had to backtrack a little bit, but not so far away. So it is right after this first room where we have to repair some of the machinery. Good, let's go back. And we have to cross towards the other side. I just wanted to point out one thing. Now we can do that because there are no more machines in the area. But here at the back, there are some goodies which are hidden here in the back of the room. And technically, if you really want some extra perks, you could override the machine that you can see in front of me or above Aloy's head. But as you can hear, based on the sounds, yeah, it won't be fun. There are demonic frost claws here, and there are two. So yes, there are some supply crates which have some valuables, but unless you are really desperate for some extra perks, I would not advise you to go over there. You can just simply proceed without dealing with the frost claws. So as you can see, just simply proceed from the right side of the room. This is where we need to go, but of course you need to get those two across. Immediately after this spot, you can see there is another data point. And it is the text data point number 10. Let me just show you where we currently are on the map. So this is the big room we have just crossed. And we are approaching now another area. So this is where we can see another hologram.
To any human responder, the reconfiguration of this facility has introduced instabilities into the primary geothermal pipeline. It may be possible to exploit these vulnerabilities to destroy compromised elements of this facility while preserving most of the backup stabilization. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional...
I don't understand what the spirit was trying to tell us.
It's been looking for a way to defeat the daemon.
So as you can see, we have now the last hologram data point. Not so many missing anymore.
And I may have found one.
Another one is again straight ahead above Aloy's head.
November 28th. Operation Enduring Victory is all over the news. The Pharaoh swarm is coming. Has to be what Anita is trying to hide Firebreak from. But that means she thinks we'll lose. That the swarm will reach Yellowstone. My God. In that scenario, pretty much everyone dies. Everyone except Cyan.
So that was another audio data point. And as you can see, it was number 24.
Machine parts don't appear to be melted down. Efficient. We need to get across that gap. Yeah, looks like I'll have to go over. Again.
So this is a little bit tricky again, even though it looks very easy. You have to cross this room basically by going all the way around and then coming back. And plus I do believe there are still some machines also down there. So
We'll wait
let's
here
try
for you,
to be
Aloy.
careful. Alright, so we're past this room, and as you can see, there is another data point.
One last exchange with Anita. Via chat, attached to this entry in case anyone ever finds this. We'll never see her again. Neither will Cyan. got to tell her that too.
Alright, so as you can see, this was the last audio data point that we can gather here. That was number 22. So it's right behind that room. And if you look straight ahead, now above Aloy's head, there is another data point. And this is the data point number 13. So the only thing that we have left is the audio data point number 21, but as I said, this will not be here, but it will be after we finish this quest. And we have data point number 4, which is in the last remaining room available. Okay, if you look straight in front of Aloy is the last data point. Good, so I will stop the recording here. There's not really much to do. We will activate here the node and then we will have to go down there and fight a ton of machines in order to finish this quest. So let me go back to the recording once we are out of here and once we can go to Ourea's retreat. So once you finish the final quest, as you can see on the map, we have already Firebreak highlighted and also the Cauldron. So we have finished both of these quests and we are standing here with Aloy and have to go back to Ourea's retreat. It's the easiest to simply travel to this campfire, so let me do the fast traveling and then we'll go from the campfire. We are still missing one last data point, which is the data point number 21. So as you can see, it's here, the audio data point. The rest of the data points is now all here. So this is the last one from the entire game. Okay, so we're at the front of the complex where we have found Ourea the first time. And when we have managed to unlock Cyan for the first time, that's the AI we have now met and liberated during the last final quest of this DLC. But there is this one more missing data point that we need to gather, so let's go inside and find Aratak and find Cyan.
All of my interactions with Ourea were recorded and stored in my memory. I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first. I captured it 4 years ago, just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself against the daemon's attacks.
Now, when you'll be talking to Cyan, there is a specific question which you will have to ask her to get that last data point, and it is about her colleagues. So go through the entirety of the dialogue, don't miss anything out, and you should be able to get that data point.
Do you know what happened to your colleague, Cyan?
No. I received an unexpected visit from Director Chow years after his tenure ended. He explained that I would need to be suspended for an indefinite period of time. It was a very emotional conversation. There were no further communications. Eventually, I surmised my colleagues were deceased. I will transmit a recording of my last interaction with Director Chow to your focus.
I should check on Aratak. See how he's doing.
Cyan, I spoke with Anita, with Dr. Sandoval. She wanted me to ask you to do something. That's why I'm here.
I am detecting significant anxiety in your speech patterns. Could you please give me more information?
I'm a little bit in the dark, Cyan. Both of us are, I guess. I only have some idea of what's going on, and we need you to hibernate, to lie low until it's all blown over. It might be a very long time.
Will you be here when I reboot, Dr. Chow? Will Dr. Sandoval?
No, Cyan. I don't think so. There might not be anyone, at least not at first.
Dr. Chow, I'm afraid. I don't want to be alone.
I know, Cyan. I'm afraid too. But listen, we made you the way you are to do something very important. In order to do it, you had to be intelligent. So intelligent that emotional responses were inevitable. What you're feeling, the fear, it's a sign of your capabilities. And it means you're strong enough to overcome it. Remember that. You're strong. I know you can do this. Go to sleep. Wake up. And protect whoever's left. Will you try?
I understand, Dr. Chow, and I'll carry out your instructions to the best of my abilities.
Thank you, Cyan. If Anita were here, she'd thank you too. She'd be proud.
I can see there's a vert ready for takeoff on the pad. Are you leaving now, Dr. Chow?
Yes. I need to go be with my sister and my nieces.
May I make a small request of you, Dr. Chow?
Yes. Anything.
Will you stay with me while I initiate the hibernation process?
Of course I will, Cyan. As long as you need.
Well, so that was the last data point. And if you look at the notebook, we have now completely everything, including the audio data point number 21. And that's basically it. Let me just talk to Aratak, and that's it for this DLC and also for this guide.
It would seem your time among the Banuk wasn't a waste after all. Firebreak, Cyan, Hephaestus, all very interesting.
So, the signal that woke Hades woke Hephaestus too, and unleashed them on the world, as minds of their own.
So it seems. Parts of Gaia given life, aberrant life, transformed from docile subordinate functions into rebellious intelligences beyond our understanding. Our current understanding, anyway. Whatever they are, they're still out there. And they both want you dead.
Kind of mutual, that feeling.
We haven't seen the last of Hephaestus, I'm certain of that. It's powerful, creative, and driven. It won't stop building new hunter-killers, which means that someday, we may have to stop it.
We?
Or whoever gets there first.
Hephaestus wasn't the only thing I learned about in the Cut Silence. Heard some things about the Banuk Conclave, too.
You can stop right there.
Is that what you told the hunters the Banuk sent after you? Before you opened fire?
Oh no, Aloy. Only to you do I extend the courtesy of a warning. My past and my secrets are my own. You do well to remember that.
It's a good thing you've got brains, Silence, because your personality could use some work.
This discussion is concluded.
I think it was over before it began. catch up with you down the trail.
Well, that was it. That was the very last part for this Horizon Zero Dawn guide. I do hope that you were able to find all of the items as we were progressing throughout the game, and that this guide was also helpful for you. On this spot, I wanted to highlight to those of you who are not yet familiar with my channel, maybe to check it out. I am linking some vids here and then also over there. And there are some playthroughs, some game reviews, some other guides as well. So I do hope that you will find something that is interesting for you. And on this spot, thank you very much all for watching. Stay tuned and game on.